Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the next great advance in Janknology, Evil Hero Dark Gaia OTK. This deck is ass. Oh man, this is one of the most ass decks we have played on History of Jank, but shockingly was pretty well represented during this period. Evil Hero Dark Gaia is an exceptionally silly fusion monster that can be made with a Fiend-type monster and a Rock-type monster, has to be summoned by Dark Fusion and can't be summoned by other ways, and its attack becomes the combined original attack of the fusion material monsters used to summon it. When it declares an attack, you can change the defense position monsters your opponent controls to attack position, and it doesn't trigger flip effects, so it's always getting in for a ton of damage if you invest a lot of material into it. Now, if you've played Duel Links, you might be familiar with this card, because for one glorious, or notorious, depending on your feelings on the deck, weekend, this was meta adjacent, because of a skill that resolves all of this deck's innate flaws. We don't have skills, but we do have some cards that Duel Links players did not have access to. So the idea behind this is if you can get this monster to like 4,000 and then activate the effect of Evil Hero Infernal Gainer, which allows you to target a fiend you control and give it 2 attacks, there's not a ton that your opponent can do to not get OTK'd by this. It's also playing a lot of the really powerful reasoning gate tools that were part of DDT decks during this period. So sometimes you're just able to use like Dimension Fusion to demock them out. There were a lot of different builds of this deck. It was never really solved as to which one was better than any of the others. But combing old Pojo forums, this is the one that caught my eye the most. It boards into DDT and then boards back into Dark Gaia. The idea is the cards that beat Dark Gaia are like individual pieces of removal and attack negation, and those aren't particularly good against the magical explosion win con that they're aiming to go for after boarding. That said, I'm going to be really mad if we don't get a sick Dark Gaia off over the course of this game. So first off, let's talk about the monsters. Now, we want Fiends and Rocks with huge attack stats, and Grinder Golem and Valkyrion are the best ones. These were actually played, I think, the Valkyrions in the Dark Gaia version that was relevant in Duel Links. Grinder Golem, of course, is a card that has not been off the ban list for a long time. Used to be very good in Inferno Tempest OTK, but not a lot else. But 3,500 plus 3,000 is nothing to shake a stick at. We're also playing a Demock, a Jinzo, just very good in Reasoning Gate in general, and of course, Evil Hero Infernal Gainer. Exceptionally important that this card is able to be in rotation. We got a Brain Control, 3 Dark Calling, which counts as Dark Fusion. That is why you are able to make the Evil Hero Dark Gaia, despite the fact that we are not playing its flagship card. This card is played sometimes in hero decks. You can banish the material listed on the fusion from your graveyard instead of actually sending them from your hand or field, and for that reason, it allows you to like discard things like Grinder Golem and Valkyrion to hand destructions and not feel too bad about it. We're playing a Trunade, a Heavy Storm, double Magical Mallet, double Magical Stone Excavation, Megamorph, that's Cope, triple Monster Gate, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, a Premature Burial, triple Reasoning, Scapegoat, double Spell Reproduction, Swords of Revealing Light, triple Trade-In, because both of these monsters have 8 stars, and 1 United We Stand. And the reason for the United We Stand in the Megamorph is, well, the thresholds on Gaia are actually pretty bad. In the side, we've got triple Cyber Valley, a Disc Commander, 3 Dogma, 1 Stratos, triple Destiny Draw, double Rhoda, and double Magical Explosion. All the fixins necessary to make this a competent Magical Explosion deck, as competent as Magical Explosion can be. So, with the power of the evil heroes coursing through my veins, I intend to OTK Alex.
You know, sometimes you just look at a deck and think, damn, I could have come up with something like this. And then you realize something like this actually ended up going to the 2008 World Championship. So this is the deck we are bringing to today's Duel in History of Jank. It's a bit of an interesting one. We called it Spaceships on the Wheel from the previous episode, but I think that's a bit of a loose description considering there's only 2 actual spaceship cards in here. A lot of you might be thinking of the Spaceships deck that Alex Mitchell plays a little bit later on. I'm not sure if it's about a year or 2 from now, but Joseph and I definitely have our eye on that one. And once we get to that point in the timeline, I'm sure I will be revisiting Spaceships once more. But I think this is more akin to a sort of light machine aggro beatdown sort of strategy here. So let's go ahead and discuss this. So the cards in here that are the most curious are Blue Thunder T45 and Victory Viper XX03, hence the name Spaceship. So Blue Thunder T45 is a 1700 attack machine that's also light. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, special summon a Thunder Option token, which is a machine light level 4 with 1500 attack and defense, and that token cannot be used for a tribute summon. Then Victory Viper is also interesting because if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate one of these effects. Either gain 400 attack, which puts it to 1600, target a face-up spell or trap on the field and destroy it, which is actually kind of good, but you need to have this actually hit over something reasonable first. I guess Honest makes that a bit easier to do. And the third effect, special summon an option token, which its type, attribute level, and attack and defense are always the same as this card, but destroy it if this card is no longer face up on the field. So if you buff this to 1600, you possibly get another 1600 token, and then if you buff this again, it's 2000, and then the token is 2000 as well, so it can start to snowball out of hand. But the rest of this deck is sort of just a light slash machine good stuff deck, and obviously we're playing a ton of other just good generic staple cards because this was Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the early days. So we have 1 Blue Thunder, we have 2 Sidra because Sidra is also a light machine. DD Warrior Lady is just good for removal. It also happens to be light, which happens to work with Honest. I like how this deck is playing 2 Neos Alias, but it's not playing like Gemini Spark or anything. It's just playing Neos Alias solely because it's a 1900 beater. And then here's the Honest. This is part of the reason why this deck works is because Honest is just insane. It's a great, fantastic removal tool that's hard to really play around at times. And there's also that lingering threat that Honest might be on the horizon. We've got a Morphing Jar to refill our hand, 2 copies of Nova Summoner. This kind of goes in tandem with the 3 copies of Shining Angel. This card allows you to special summon a light fairy monster with 1500 less attack from your deck. That does count Shining Angel, which is pretty nice. Sangen's in here as well as the Victory Viper rounding out our monsters. Then for the spells, just a bunch of good stuff. Book of Moon, Brain Control, Creature Swap, Enemy Controller, Giant Trunade, Heavy Storm. Limited Removal is actually pretty good. It's kind of like Honest, but for the machines, but it can actually be both in some instances. Reborn, MST, Avarice, Premature Burial, and Reinforcement of the Army. I like that this has both, the flexibility to get either a big beater or a Warrior Lady for removal. And then the traps. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting because you may just see double Bottomless, Dust Tornado, Mirror Force, 3 Solemn, and a Torrential, but 3 copies of Oppression. This makes this deck a bit interesting because it's sort of a light machine aggro beatdown deck that isn't really trying to special summon all that much, right? Like you can just stick stuff like Neos Alias, like Shining Angel, like Nova Summoner, and not really care that much about Oppression. I guess Oppression may come up when you actually have these cards, but you can't Oppression in the damage step, which is what's fascinating. So this actually allows you to sort of bypass your own Oppression and always keep constant pressure on the field. So there's a lot of cool little intricacies of this deck, and maybe we'll get to see those come up. The extra deck is just 6 cards that we're probably never going to go into, and then the side deck, we've got a couple DD Crows and Enemy Controller, a Monster Reincarnation. I guess this technically allows us to get Honest back to our hand. 2 Prohibition, a very interesting choice. 2 copies of Twister, as well as Dust Tornado and Royal Decree. 3-Dimensional Prison, and probably the funniest inclusion of any side deck ever. This is History of Jank, ladies and gentlemen. 2 copies of Fake Trap. If you've never seen this card, I think this is from Metal Raiders. If not, it's like Magic Ruler, but activate only when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect that would destroy a trap card you control. Destroy this card instead. So it's sort of like a way to be able to bypass removal effects, and if you're trying to protect Oppression, that actually seems pretty good. So I think we're going to try to side this in just if we can, because it's Jank. Like, why not? We have to embrace the Jank, and I think we'd be remiss if we didn't absolutely do so. And if you don't believe me about this going to Worlds, this is an article on Road to the King for the World Championship 2008, and all the way down here, once you get down to the 9th through 22 section, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Santoso from Singapore, Honest Viper. I can't wait to try this out. This is going to be a very interesting episode, especially considering what Joseph's playing. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Tango 99, Tango 99. We're gonna take down Joseph for that big idiot in the Jank tank. Over.
All right, that was pretty frustrating. You're gonna lead with calling me a big idiot when you know I am bulking so that I can reveal my svelte physique at Pasadena. By the time I get there, folks, when we go to YCS Pasadena, I'm ripped. I'm ripped under this shirt. You can't tell, and I'm sure that nothing will impede that, right?
Yeah, not at all. I know Pasadena is going to be a flawless event.
Yep.
Nothing is going to happen.
Yep.
It's just going to be a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think it's probably going to go about as well as this match that we're about to play.
I agree. Absolutely. This match is something that the fans have been clamoring for.
Why?
I don't understand why, but I also don't understand why this deck is spaceships when it plays literally 2 spaceships.
I think at the time it was called like Machine. And they were like,
it's actually, Joseph, I looked it up because for reference, just to show people that this was a Worlds competitor, this deck on Road of the King was titled Honest Viper, which at least that's more accurate than the actual name that we saw before.
More honest than spaceships.
Yeah.
I do like that we're playing these 2 decks. I think we'll get another shot at spaceships in the future when actually good cards come out for the archetype.
Yeah.
Gaia was, it was meta for what, a weekend in Duel Links? These aren't decks that are like bottom of the barrel. This isn't the Yubel mirror again, for instance, but they're not great. They're not fantastic.
Right. And just like the Yubel mirror, there's no way we're going to make any mistakes, so we're going to play this match flawlessly, right?
I can't. Did we make a mistake in the Yubel game? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. I think that the viewers need to go back to that video, watch it again, and leave us a comment telling us how well we played that game.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
On that note, let's go ahead and get into it then. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do for rock, paper, scissors. Buddy,
big surprise.
I rolled the die. I'm sorry. I forgot that. It's been so long since we filmed that I actually forgot to actually say even or odd. I mean, so that's my mistake.
First, I want to go second. Let's just get this out of the goddamn
Right,
way.
Exactly. Let's just do it. All right, so good luck, buddy. I am excited to see how this one's going to play out. Wow. Okay.
Oh, this is penis. Oh my god.
This is awful. This is actually terrible. Okay, my turn 1 is going to start with a set 1 pass. Go ahead.
Oh god.
Kill me now,
Thank
fool.
The Lord, dude. I literally drew the best card in my deck.
Was it reasoning?
No. All right, behold the best card in my deck. The card that gets rid of all the bad cards in my hand.
Holy fuck. I didn't know it was playing this. Yeah, that's fine.
If you were under the impression that this deck is anything other than a pile of fucking garbage, I got news for you, buddy. Oh.
This is like that one episode where you played a deck that was actually like competent and I played garbage. This is the complete reversal of that.
All right, I'm going to go hand destruction here.
Okay, so we both send 2 and then draw 2. All right. I'm going to send the all-powerful Blue Thunder T45.
Wow, that's
and I don't know what your deck plays, in all honesty. I'm going to get rid of this MST. I don't think you play traps. And if you do, I'll just,
concede,
deal with it later.
All right, I'm going to
Your
lose
turn to discard.
Valkyrion and Monster Game.
Okay, so we both draw 2.
All right, unfortunately, I needed to find a fiend there. I think I am going to... I'm under no pressure. I did just give you a couple of cards. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to activate Dark Calling. We are going to banish Evil Hero Infernal Gainer and Valkyrion the Magnet Warrior.
Well, excuse me, sir. Does it banish for cost or for effect?
Effect.
It's for effect. Okay. Well, we're not getting that far because I do have a Royal Oppression in response.
Oh, are you fucking with me, dog? I can't beat this card! Oh, my God. Yeah, go ahead. I mean...
This will be fun, right? This will be a good time. All right. I'm going to go to main 1, and I guess the only issue is now I'm locked under my own oppression, but whatever. I'm going to normal summon Shining Angel.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Go for it, buddy.
We'll hit for 14.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
Can you oppression during the damage step?
You cannot. That's what's so cool about this interaction.
What is cool about this interaction? Oh, it's very cool. Oh.
It's wonderful, because I get to keep getting monsters, and you don't.
I am going to attack you. All right, go.
It looks like I'll be the one attacking you. Main 1. How about 2 Shining Angels, buddy?
Get in. I don't give a about this.
Go ahead.
All right, okay. Oh, you rube, you absolute dumpster brain. I'm the greatest viewers of all time.
Oh no! of Swords. All right. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm going to start by activating Heavy.
Son of a bitch, dude. Oh, I was like, he even pitched the MST.
Tango 9-9, Tango 9-9. We're going to be taking this into a game 2 here. Over. Going to battle phase. I have the Shining Angels going and Blue Thunder for the game, baby.
Oh, my God. Big surprise, another proponent of imperialism, Alex Simo, is out here drone striking an innocent individual out of game 1.
I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about.
God. Okay, so in my defense, I had a really sick, fun heads-up play that you completely stopped with Royal Oppression. Son of
Perfect. Fantastic. Yep.
Oppression
That,
into
there's a reason. There's a reason that this card had to be Hall of Famed in the progression series. It's just too good. Just too good.
And you're talking, of course, about Blue Thunder T45. All right, this time
Absolutely.
I'm gonna first.
Okay. Well, let's see how this goes for you, buddy. Good luck.
All right, stand by main.
Sure.
That's interesting. I'm going to normal summon Cyber Valley and pass my turn.
Well, I guess you have light machine monsters of your own to deal with.
I have one.
Perfect. I will draw. Wow, this card is annoying. All right, well, I guess I will address the issue at hand. I will special summon Cyber Dragon. I will go into battle and force you to negate and draw a card.
Sure.
I will go to second main, and I will set 2 cards face down and throw to you.
All right, stand by main. Destiny draw.
That's fine.
We'll get rid of Dogma here.
Okay.
I'm going to go Hand Destruction.
Sure. I will get rid of Bottomless Shining Angel.
I will get rid of Democ D-Draw.
Gross. All right. Both draw.
Oh, wow. That's something. Reasoning.
Okay. I think this deck plays a significant number of 8, but are they even summonable off of Reasoning? Obviously, Valkyrian isn't, because that has to be special summoned first. You skip over that. Oddly enough, it's like Valley is like the most likely hit here. You still got 2 of those in the deck. I don't know what else you would play. So I actually, strangely enough, think I want to call 1.
All right. Let's go. 4.
Okay. Well, I was never guessing 4, so.
All right, we'll trigger the effect of Stratos. I'd hope to do a little more than mill 1. We'll grab Dogma here.
Okay.
I'm going to trade in Sending Dogma.
Sure.
Heavy.
Okay, this is a bit of a weird move, but I think it's actually fine. I'm going to chain Econ, tribute to take.
Okay.
I figure this cuts you off Monster Gate is the plan here. I also forgot I had Oppression set when you Reasoning, because I got too blinded by trying to just call a level. Yeah, so. All right, continue.
I don't really want to. What if I just pass here? You've got 3 cards in hand? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So you get this back, and we'll draw a card. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and start by normal summoning Neos Alias.
No response to this.
I'm going to reborn your Democ.
Oh, that's very bad. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we're going to take him. Trigger Democ. I'm just going to put this reborn back in my hand.
Yep.
Do I want to keep going? I can't kill you, so not really much motivation there, I suppose. Can't bring out Dogma. That would be pretty nice if I could. Yeah, I think I just go to battle here then. Let's just go Democ into Stratos to banish him.
All right, and then I'll take the 19.
And then 19. Yep, second main, I'll set 1. Here we go.
Stand by main. I will normal Cyber Valley. Do you have a response?
Sure. Nope.
Okay, Monster Gate.
All right, so the Econ did do something. Yep, you're good.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Now we're milling.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That's pretty good. All right.
Do you have a second Monster Gate?
I don't. I am just going to pass here.
I mean, Valley blanks a battle phase, so it could be worse. We'll go main 1. Don't think I'm making much progress on this board, so yeah, I'll just go to battle. We'll just swing.
Sure.
Gate and draw. Second main, I'm good. Go ahead.
Stand by main.
All good.
Rhoda. I'll grab Disc Commander.
Seems like a good one.
All right, how do we want to do this? Hand Destruction.
Ooh. Okay. I will pitch Limiter Removal and Nova Summoner.
I'll pitch Disc Commander and Spell Reproduction.
Okay. Draw 2.
I'm going to MST your back row.
Was a Mirror Force.
That does nothing. Reborn. Targeting Disc Commander.
Gonna get your draw 2. It's fine by me.
All right, cool. I am going to activate Magical Stone Excavation.
Sure.
I'm going to pitch Reasoning and D-Draw to grab back...
What are you grabbing?
Reborn.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Reborn to target Cyber Valley. I'm going to activate Cyber Valley. We're going to banish
Draw 2 here?
Yeah. I'm going to activate Spell Reproduction. I'm going to send Monster Gate and Trade-In. And we are going to grab Scapegoat.
Walling up.
I'm going to set one back to you.
Okay. We'll draw. So I am going to normal summon Nova Summoner. And then I'm going to reborn Cyber Dragon.
That's fine.
Go to battle.
Yeah.
14. Then 19.
Also fine.
And then the goats are coming here.
I'll take 2 of them.
Yep. Second main, not much else I could do. I could at least get rid of a few. I'll pass the turn.
I think I have 1 card in my deck that does anything for me.
Okay.
Oh, that's a very interesting one. But does it do anything for me? I'm going to activate Brain Control.
Targeting.
The DMOC.
Seems like a good choice. Sure.
I'll go to combat. We're going to run the DMOC into the Nova Summoner.
Sure. Gets banished. No effect there.
You take 14.
Yep. Take 14.
I'll go to main 2. I'll set 1 and back to you.
Sure. I regain DMOC.
Yep.
Go to main 1. What is your back row? Well, I guess this is one way to find out. Trunade.
I'll chain Magical Explosion.
Oh my god, this is how you were trying to kill me? Jesus Christ. I was like, where did all these other cards come from?
This is 44. Where's the second one? Not that. Not that. Not
okay,
that.
so you didn't have Monster Gate at least.
Not that. Not that. Not
wow,
that.
you were never seeing this card.
Oh my, it's literally the last card in the deck.
Oh, there we go.
Shit.
Okay. Did you just have 2 or are there 3?
Just had 2. Only had 2 of them. This was in the opener also. Oh, man.
Wow.
What an unfortunate one. So you reboarding my DMOC fucked me to no end. I was like, I'm literally winning the next turn if I keep this DMOC. And you were like, I'll just take it. And I'm like, I don't have it out to discard. And I need him. Oh
man, it sucks because it's like it's cool that this deck boards into Magical Explosion, but at that rate is like that's just the better game plan all along. I feel bad cool. we never even got to show off like the actual thing. So like let's actually just go to game 3 and just let's try to actually see this in action.
So I'll read you real quick the what the person said. He said, "Here's my Explosion to Gaia build. With this build, I was able to seamlessly interchange between them, so my opponent never knew it was coming. You could start out as Gaia with Explosion in the side. If you won your first game with the first OTK, then you'll be sure to beat their counters for the first OTK with the second OTK. If you lost the first game and win the second, that's where the mind games start. Which OTK will I stay with?" And the answer is they're both dog shit. What is wrong? Oh my god, what a terrible list.
All right, buddy. I will go ahead and let you go first. Let's see what this deck is made of. Do you even want to go first? You might even want to go second, actually.
I don't know. I literally could not tell you. I think I want to go second, to be honest.
Because it's not like you're playing Magical Explosion in the main. You actually need to attack to kill me. So,
yeah, so this is the unfortunate part of this deck is that I lost because I forsaked the Gaia game plan. I mean, we can just say that completely now.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
All right, so we're going to begin with a copy of Reasoning.
I still don't know what the call is here, and I don't have oppression this time, so you can breathe the sigh of relief.
So after Magical Explosion, it's probably like 8 or something, but pre-Magical Explosion, who knows?
DMOC is a concern, so honestly, I will just go 8, like whatever.
Right. Well, that's an 8.
Well, that is, but it skips it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we keep going.
And we're still going. Oh, holy shit. That's a really good one.
That's a really good. I didn't think this deck was playing Jinzo. Okay, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, these decks typically did.
I'm impressed too, dude. All right, we'll go trade in. I'll pitch Grinder Golem.
Sure.
Oh, I mean, we're pretty close here. We still got some legwork to do. I'm going to go to combat. We'll attack with Jinzo.
Okay, into my Nova Summoner, so I will trigger the effect.
Yep.
Let's grab ourselves, I don't know, Another Nova summon.
Hell yeah. Second main, I will set one. Back to you, Buckaroo.
Okay, I'll go ahead and draw. Let's go to main 1, and I will go to battle. Summoner in.
No response. Oh.
Damage step.
Yeah.
Here comes the Honest.
There he is. All right, I'll take it.
And that's honestly all I've got. Go ahead.
All right, end step, I'll try to scapegoat.
Sure, that's fine. Is this the first deck, now that I think about it, like that actually played Grinder Golem? You know, like, we all know Grinder Golem from, like, Spiral format, you know, 2017, all that shenanigans, before it eventually got banned, as it rightfully should have.
Right.
Obviously, it took Link Monsters for that to happen, but I feel like no other deck ever wanted to play this card, except
terrible,
this deck.
awful card. Actually, it was really good in Inferno Reckless, Inferno, what is it? Inferno Tempest. It was really
Inferno
good.
Tempest, right. Inferno
you would
something.
just walk the token in and then banish your opponent's entire deck, but that deck was never good. No. I'm sure we'll find it at some point. All right, let's go for a Monster Gate here.
Yep.
Okay, that monster
That's a
cannot
whiff.
be normal summoned or set.
Correct.
Okay. That
also
the
cannot
same.
be. Baker, go for the DMOC this time. Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Holy shit. Okay. Next I will activate Giant Trunade.
Don't like that. Sure, that's fine.
Now I will activate Magical Stone Excavation.
Okay.
Pitching Swords and Spell Reproduction. And I'll grab myself a Dark Calling.
Looks good to me.
And then, son of a gun, let's fire that bad boy off.
Okay. So what are we going for here?
We're going to summon a Dark Gaia by banishing Valkyrion, the Magnet Warrior, and Grinder Golem from the grave. So this is a 6,500 attack point Dark Gaia.
Pretty sick. That's pretty good.
So we are now going to activate the effect of Infernal Gainer. I'm going to target the Dark Gaia on field, and it can now make a second attack.
So this is the OTK.
This is the OTK. I'll attack into your Nova Summoner.
Now, does Dark Gaia do anything else, or is this just... You just trying to make a big guy?
So, in fact, it is going to be lethal. Because when he declares an attack, he can switch a defense position monster to attack position. So there's only one card in your deck that outs this board.
And what would that be, Joseph?
No, you don't! No, you don't! There's no way you have two Honest.
Would you like to try me?
Buddy, I'm all in. This is the game 3 in the match I've already lost. I think pretty much my chips are on the table. Dark Gaia in. If you've got Honest, you've got it.
Would you like to proceed to the damage step, sir?
You know, I would. You... Oh, my God.
Your Dark Gaia has simply fallen to the superior monster, Joseph. The Nova Summoner with Honest.
And that's Dark Gaia, baby. That's Dark Gaia. I mean...
What a way to go out. I'm so happy we do these game 3s, aren't you? You know, to be fair, this is how it felt when I was playing fucking Venomenaga versus your fucking counter fairies, where, like, it seemed that there was no wiggle room for any opportunity for my win condition to go off, and that just so happened that I'm playing, like, the one deck that has the one in-hand card that can stop the Dark Gaia just dead in his tracks. Fuck me, this was such a bad set.
I had fun. I
had fun, too.
The first game, I could have made Dark Gaia multiple times, but it didn't really do anything. Obviously, the Magical Explosion game plan is funny, maybe not too exciting to watch. I'm glad I got to get out Dark Gaia with Infernal Gainer as well. That's a really neat little interaction.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to see why this deck would be popular. Like, Valkyrion and Grinder Golem are extremely funny cards, and the Dark Gaia with... 65 that also can switch like defense position monsters to attack. That's really cool. Like, it's a neat little interaction that's hard to play around. But, you know, as we saw in this match versus a bargain bin tier 95 deck, there are just too many damn cards that out this. Any removal spell. Honest is killer. Just having enough life points sometimes was a deal breaker. And, that's why I think this deck has really never seen any competitive success, save for one beautiful weekend in 2021 in Duel Links, in which they had a skill that resolved all of the deck's inherent weaknesses, and it still wasn't enough to bring it anywhere further than tier 3.5.
Isn't that why Duel Links is beautiful? They can have the worst garbage imaginable and just give it a skill that just does everything you need it to. And even then, it's sometimes not enough. I do think, though, that with Dark Gaia, I think one of the biggest problems with it is that even if you manage to pull off the combo, which is still, you know, an achievement in itself, it doesn't even lethal your opponent, right? You need to have the Infernal Gainer for this thing to have the second attack. So if it at least got to 8K and could just one-shot something, like, okay, you know, then you could maybe liken this to 2008 Gren Maju, right? But it doesn't even do that. So
we're playing some things to shore up that weakness. We've got a United We Stand and a fucking Megamorph in here. Megamorph, by the way, with 0 ways to trigger Megamorph. Like, nothing in this deck costs life points. You just are under the assumption that your opponent is beating your ass, so probably you're lower than them. But
I think I did see on the Pojo article, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if you actually read the entire thing, but I think there was actually a Demise OTK like version of this deck, which kind of has some other synergy because like you can trade in Demise because you're already playing trade in. Demise enables the Megamorph, so you have like this sort of backup plan. But the problem with that is, did you just play fucking Demise? Like, why are you diluting your deck with Dark Gaia when you could just be playing a better deck all around? But it's one of those things where you would just see someone who just wants to just style on someone else, right? Where it's like, I'm going to summon this big fucking idiot and just win. And like, that's going to be the story of the playground for like the end of time, right? And, like, if you lost to Dark Gaia, you were never living it down. That like story would carry on through like high school and the rest of your life.
Yeah. No, if you look at the thread of people trying to lab this deck, there's an individual who went 5-3 at a regional, which is fine. There's an individual who brought it to I want to say Costa Mesa and was 1 win away from top 32, but largely, yeah, it's ass. It is just a worse version of many other powerful OTK decks. The upside that it had was this ability to like smoke screen into a better deck and play Dark Calling, which is unquestionably a crazy good card.
And it's a special kind of ass because, you know, it is kind of cool if you can pull it off, right?
Ooh, I want that on my tombstone. Joseph Rothschild, a special kind of ass.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another episode of the History of Jank. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons as always. So big shouts to Shout1317. Bro, I can't believe you painted a tunnel on the wall every fucking time, bro.
That's Moto 100%.
Sorry, Gage. Cameron Smith, SJ Winchester, Chaotic B, Pauline Moose, Tim 0x3, Ike Iron Fake Part 2, Pony Stark, Ganman, Hobbit, Synchro Guy, Oli, Yusuf Fast 05, MBT Play Dolce, Mystic Walks, W Wads, Cold Teacher, Iconic, Rockslide, Daldo Up, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Elson, Jordan Coons, Kelvin, Iron Blaze, Imperious, Jesse Woodturn, Regaz, Brother Paul, Chris Hood, David Liu, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, John 2 Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody, Eastwood, Day Sir, Carlos CT, Flannel Daddy, Ashland Jensen, Give Me Speed Order, Give Me Death. Seriously, guys, please read your cards. He changed his name. TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve sad. Matthew Brady, Max, MBT's Foot Factory. That's a new
what does that even mean? What's wrong with you?
Bad Sat Steel for Prague 2021. Omar, paint MBT like one of your French.
You're inventing new ways to be horny. I'm shocked.
The entire state of Indiana is supporting us on Patreon now. D's Cards and Abbott YGO. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.